Chapter 5, Polynomials and Exponents. There are special forms of polynomials that if you can recognize them, you can apply shortcuts to expand or multiply them out, and vice versa from their expanded forms to get to their original factors. Here's the difference of two squares, where you have a plus b times a minus b, or a minus b times a plus b. This is because if we let a plus b be the term capital A and a minus b be the term capital B, that's the same as saying b times a, due to the commutative property of multiplication. Either of these two forms will result with a squared minus b squared. Problem 60 and 368 shows an example where you have 5x plus 4y times 5x minus 4y is equal to, if we do FOIL for this problem, multiplying the first terms, we will get 5x times 5x is 25x squared. We'll multiply the outer term, which is 5x times negative 4y equals negative 20xy. The inner term, 4y times 5x, will give you positive 20xy. And then last is 4y times negative 4y, which is 16y squared. The shortcut says you can take a, which is 5x in this case, and b, which is 4y in this case, take their square of their difference. Now this is because the difference of two squares, the middle terms drop out, which gives you the first term being squared, and the last term being squared. Continuing on with the special case, the difference of two squares, problem 61 on page 368, RT plus 1 times RT minus 1 equals, the shortcut, let's begin with A equals RT and B is equal to 1. Therefore, we'll square A, which is RT, and square B, which is 1, to get R squared times T squared minus 1 squared is 1. On same page, problem 62, we have 2m squared minus n squared times 2m squared plus n squared. Our shortcut says take A, which is 2m squared, and B, which is n squared, and square their difference. So we'll get 2m squared minus n squared squared, which will be 4m to the fourth for 2m squared, and n squared squared is n to the fourth. Another special form of polynomials is the sum or difference of the square of polynomials. Given a plus b squared, the shortcut expansion is a squared plus 2 times ab plus b squared. And this is because a plus b squared is really the same as a plus b times a plus b, which when we FOIL the first term, we will get a squared. The outer term is a times b. The inner term is a times b. And the last term is b squared. Notice that the middle terms, a times b can be combined to make 2 times ab. Similarly, we have a minus b squared has the shortcut expansion of a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Again, it's a minus b times a minus b. When we FOIL, we will get the first term is a squared. The outer term is a times negative b, which is negative ab. The inner term is negative b times a, which is negative ab. And then finally, negative b times negative b, because two negatives make a positive, will be positive b squared. Again, the middle terms, negative ab, can be combined to make negative 2ab. Now, if you recognize that a minus b is the same as a plus a negative b squared, you only have to memorize the sum of the polynomial shortcut. It's because the two outer terms will be a squared plus negative b times negative b is b squared. And then the middle term is 2 times a times negative b. Now, always include that negative sign in front of the b. And you will note that these two equations are the same. Here are examples of the special case when you have the sum or difference of the square of polynomials. Problem 63, page 368. X plus 1 squared is the same as x plus 1 times x plus 1. When we do FOIL, it will be x squared plus 1x plus 1x plus 1 squared. Our shortcut tells us to take a, which here is x, and b, which here is 1, square the first term, square the b term, and then multiply the two terms by 2, which we will get x squared plus 2x plus 1 squared. Simplified will just be x squared plus 2x plus 1 squared is 1. In problem 64, we're given 4x plus 3 squared. Our shortcut tells us take a, which is 4x, and b, which is 3. We'll take a and square it, which is 16x squared. We'll take b and square it, which is 9. And then we'll multiply the two terms by 2, which will then be simplified as 16x squared plus 24x plus 9. Problem 65. Y minus 3 squared is equal to, our shortcut says a is y, so we'll square y, and b is negative 3. When we square negative 3, we will get a positive 9. The inner term is really 2 times y times negative 3. And rearranged and simplified, we will get y squared minus 6y plus 9.